Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Doofus, and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering chapters 129 through 136 of The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. I hope you've read up to that point yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. Now this section begins at the inn, where Kvothe is telling his story to the chronicler and Bast. And it begins with Bast immediately telling Kvothe to stop telling the tale that Shainim told to him, because it concerns a name of people who will come and kill you if you say it, much like the Chandrian. Kvothe is kind of like, oh, there's no real bother about that. Nothing will happen. It's like trying to track someone through the forest after only finding one footprint and nothing else. It's kind of doable, but almost impossible, like finding a needle in a haystack. And eventually Bast kind of calms down, and he's allowed to continue with his story. So Kvothe leaves the Lithani, and it takes him nearly a day, because everyone wants to give him a proper goodbye. He even spends a night with Pinth, having sassy times with her, before he is off just before dawn. And on his way, he meets a traveling troupe, much like the same troupe that his family was. And so he is very happy to meet this group. He goes to meet the troupe, and they sit him down to have dinner, and he's like, I'm so happy that I found you. I would love to travel with you. I am traveling to Severn. Don't know how to say it. How far are you traveling? We're traveling a bit out of the way, but we can make our way to Severn if you travel with us, and we have reason to keep you. And he's like, well, I could play songs for you. I could teach you songs. And they're like, oh, that would be amazing. Thank you so very, very, very much. And he's even making references to how some of these people play different instruments, and he's singing songs specifically about those people. And so I'm thinking that Kvothe is like really happy with these people. He goes to check out the dinner that they're cooking, and he's like, oh, lamb, I haven't had lamb in forever. Can I please taste some? And the woman's like, if you taste it, it's not cooked yet. Don't blame me for getting sick. Oh no, I won't blame you. It's all me. And he tastes some, and he's like, oh, that is so delicious. Thank you so much. And he like goes to the beer, and he has some beer, and then he goes back down, and he sits down at the campfire, and they're all sitting around, and the main guy's like, tell you what, we're going to set up a tent over here for you. Kvothe is like, well, that's very nice of you. And he's like, and we got 2 ladies, and you could have your pick of which one you'd like to bed first. And Kvothe is like, what? And they bring out these 2 women. These 2 women were kidnapped by the troupe. And Kvothe could tell because they have chafing around the wrists. A couple of them they have bruises on them. One is in complete shock. Her name is Ellie, and she has dark hair and dark eyes, and she reminds Kvothe of Dinah. The other one is blonde haired, and she is receptive, and her name is Kryn? I swear the names in this book, in this series. Kvothe sits down with him, and he's like, you know, I can't really see them that well. Could you have them sit next to me? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And they bring the women over, and they sit down next to them. And then dinner happens, and they start passing around the dinner. Everyone's eating all the dinner up. Kryn is eating all the dinner up. Kryn is the blonde woman, Ellie is the dark-haired woman, right? Yeah. Kryn is the blonde woman, Ellie is the dark-haired woman. Kryn is eating everything up, and Ellie is just sitting there staring into the bonfire and just like having like one bite here, one bite there. And Kvothe looks at the 2 women, and he notices them, and he's like, you know what? I would love to keep both of these women in the tent. And the leader's like, whoa there, hold on a second. That's not right. You gotta share the wealth a little. And he's like, you know, this is the second thing that I'm asking you. Because he said, I'll travel with you for 3 things. And the first thing was a tent. And this was the second thing. And he said he would travel with them as long as they wanted him to travel with them. And so I'm thinking, Kvothe sees some injustice with these women. He's going to take them into the tent. And in the middle of the night, he's going to set them free. And then pretend that they just ran away. That's what I'm thinking. But we get back to the tent, and Kvothe is like mixing up this potion. And he's giving it to Kryn. And he's like, here, drink this. She's like, I don't want to drink anything, sir. And he's like, here, trust me, drink this. And she's like, I don't feel like drinking. And he's like, look, I poisoned the food. You ate a lot of it. Drink this. She's like, what? And he's like, trust me, drink this. And she's like, I didn't eat that much. And he's like, yeah, but you drank a lot of the ale, and I poisoned that too. Drink this. I'm thinking the only time that Kvothe could ever poison the food was before the women came out. So I'm like, wait a minute, why did he poison the food? And then he says, it won't kill them, but it's going to make them in a lot of pain. Drink this so you're not in pain. She's like, what about Ellie? And Ellie is like passed out, and he's like, she barely ate. It won't affect her. But you ate a lot. drink this. And she's like, okay. And she drinks some of it. And then Kavoth starts hearing some of the familiar moans that you hear when you eat spoiled meat. He goes out there and he brings out his sword and he starts hacking away at these people. He starts just slicing into them, like the blood is like squirting onto his hands, and he can feel the thickness in his grip, and it's just splurting everywhere while he's killing these people. And he's killing men, he's killing women, he's killing everyone. And the thing that's poking in my head is he planned this before he saw the women. When did it click for him that he needed to kill these people? Because up until he saw the women, I saw nothing wrong with these people. And anyways, he continues to slash through these people well into dawn. Ellie and Kryn come out of the tent, and they see Kavoth, and he's got this iron with a half circle in it, and he is branding it into the dead. And the two ladies are like, what are you doing? And he's like, these people are not my people. These people are pretending to be my people. And my people believe in a family that is a circle. And this brand that I am giving them is only partial, part of a circle. This shows that they are not a part of the circular family that I know. And the two girls are like, oh. And they're a little afraid of Kavoth because he just went on a murderous rampage. And he sees one of them that is still alive. He brands him in the hand, and the guy screams. And then he brands him in the chest, and the guy screams some more. And Kavoth asks, where did you find this equipment that obviously belonged to my family? And the guy says, I was found by a troop much like this one. That troop got attacked, and I was the only survivor. After they had been killed, I decided to take up the reins, and I started to collect people of my own and teach them what I had learned from that troop. And Kavoth just gets even more pissed off, and he stabs the guy in the gut to give him a very slow death, and he leaves a water skin behind. Then Kavoth gathers up the horses and all the equipment that the horses can carry, and he pushes the caravans into underbrush and covers them up where people can't see it, and he takes the two women off with him. As they are walking, Kavoth does his best to deal with Ellie's shock, because Ellie is definitely in shock. And he tries his best to get her to converse, and it takes a long time for her to do anything at all, really. And also, along the way, Kavoth starts having dreams about all the people that he murdered. And he kind of has like a PTSD moment. And then the PTSD almost goes away as quickly as it came. He starts talking about smiling when he thinks about killing these people. And it's kind of like I'm starting to see this evil side to Kavoth. And I don't know if I like that either. I don't know. I don't know what can happen to Kavoth now to make me like him. To see an evil side to him makes me hate him even more. And I suppose it's not so much an evil side, but he was talking about suffering through this, and now he thinks about it and he smiles. And I'm like, why would you smile about something like that? That is not something that someone good does. Before they get to the town where Kryn and Ellie are from, Kryn says, those people ruined me. They ruined Ellie. No man will want to marry us. I just hate men right now. And Kavoth kind of has his not all men moment. And I'm like, okay, alrighty then. This is just even more awkward. And then they walk and they get to the town where Ellie and Kryn come from. Everyone kind of swarms the three of them. And while the women are all tending to Ellie and Kryn, going, oh my god, you're back, you're so safe, oh my god, thank you so much, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, all the men are kind of traveling towards Kavoth. And they're like, what are you doing here? Where have you been with my daughter? Where have you been with my girls? Why did you take them away from us? Even one boy comes up and he starts screaming similarly, and Kavoth breaks his arm. I'm like, whoa, Kavoth, that's a little too much, don't you think? He breaks the kid's arm, and then, like, this other guy comes up to, like, defend the guy that he just hurt. Kryn's like, no, wait, Kavoth saved us. Please, don't hurt him. You're an idiot if you think he's one of the people that hurt us. But you look like one of them rule people. Them acting troop people. They're like, think about it, though. All those people, did you see any orange hair like that? And they're like, no, I guess not. It's just so awkward. Then the mayor comes, and the mayor is, I believe it was Ellie's father. And he's like, oh my god, Ellie, you're so safe. God. Kavoth walks with Kryn, and he says, make sure you take this specific horse. It has more of the stuff that I took. It has more money. Ellie is going to have more of a dowry because she is the mayor's daughter, but you should take this. This should be a part of your dowry. And Corinne's like, thank you, and she hugs him and kisses him. They talk about a woman who heals people named Gran. The boy that Kavoth broke the arm of needs to go see Gran. And so Kavoth goes with him because he's mildly interested, and he goes and he's looking around and he's expecting like this old woman with like witch doctory stuff, but he's surprised to find that she uses all of the medicine that he is used to, that he knows from school. And she is tending to his arm, and she's like, have you ever done any medicine? And he's like, yes, I've done a lot of medicine. And she's like, well, then you can hold the planks while I wrap them up. He's like, oh, okay. And he does it just fine. And then the woman's like, wow, you look pale as a sheet. Sit down and drink something, eat something. And Kavoth is like, no, I don't have time. She's like, you have time. Trust me. And she like practically pushes him down. And he's talking about all the people that he killed. And I'm like, okay, this is good. You need to talk about it. And she says, okay, that boy that had his leg crushed by the fallen horse when the troop attacked, let's say that leg had gone colorful, started to smell sweet. What would you do? And Kavoth says, well, I'd have to lop it off as soon as I could. And she's like, that's right. He's like, it's not that way right now, is it? She's like, no, I'm just saying if it was, you would have to cut it off immediately. What you did to those people, it was a harsh thing, it was a hard thing, but it was necessary. And Kavoth kind of calms down a bit more. And then Kavoth leaves Grans and goes back into town. He starts talking with the mayor, and he says, I am turning myself in. And the mayor says, why are you turning yourself in? And he's like, because I killed a lot of people. And the mayor says, yes, but those people did bad things to us. As far as we're concerned, we're even. Kavoth is like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And the mayor says, what would make you comfortable? And he says, well, how about a story where there's a ruckus and I escape because you tried to arrest me? And the mayor says, I'm good with that. And then Kavoth says, how about when you tell that story, it's not just a ruckus, I just kind of disappear mysteriously. And the mayor says, oh, I can do that too. Do you need more time than 15 minutes to, if you disappear mysteriously? And Kavoth says, no, I think 10 minutes will do it just fine. And he's like, okay. Kavoth just kind of slinks away from the town. That's when we're back at the inn again. And I was surprised to have an interlude so quickly. But we're back at the inn, and Kavoth is like, I should start getting dinner ready. The chronicler is looking around, he's like, there's not a whole lot of people. And Kavoth says, yes, true, but it's good to have dinner ready in case. I know most of the people in the town are going to be at the funeral. The chronicler is like, oh my gosh, the funeral, of course. I'm not keeping either of you from that, am I? I know that they were your friends. Kavoth is like, I didn't really know them that much, but Bast, you should definitely go. And Bast is like, I don't need to go. I should be here with you. Kavoth is like, no, just go, have your fun, have a couple drinks, kiss a couple ladies, do a couple dances, and then come back. And Bast is like, okay, I'll just drink one drink. No, 2 drinks, and I'll kiss a lady. No, 2 drinks, couple dances, I'll kiss one woman. No, I'll kiss 2 women. It's 2 drinks, 3 dances. I'll kiss 4 women and come back. Kavoth is like, go, have a good time. We'll be here when you get back. Bast is like, 5 women. I'm just going to kiss 5 women and then I'll be back. Not really, but that's just how it felt when I was reading it. So Bast leaves. And Kavoth and the chronicler are sitting there, and chronicler's like, hey, do you have any, rubbing alcohol? And I have this clean cloth, but, I just need something for, all of this pain that I'm in. And Kavoth's like, oh my god, of course, I forgot. Yesterday you were totally attacked by people, or creatures. I am so sorry. I should have asked. Oh, I am such an idiot. And chronicler's like, think nothing of it, just go get it. And Kavoth is like, of course. And he goes to get it. The chronicler is looking up at the sword. When Kavoth comes back, he asks him about the sword, about how different it is than what he actually described. Kavoth is like, you are very astute, and I shouldn't be mad at you for paying attention to me and the story that I'm telling. As soon as he's about ready to explain himself, 2 soldiers walk in, and they're like, oh my god, you're open. And Kavoth is like, yeah? We've been looking everywhere for some place that has been open. We've been walking through your entire town, and all the lights are out. You're the only place with lights right now. Kavoth explains the situation, and they're like, oh, thank god. And they sit down, and they're like, do you have change for 2 royals? And Kavoth is like, yeah, I think so. And they're like, great, we'll have 2 drinks. Kavoth is like, awesome, and he starts pouring some drinks for them, and they're like, yeah, the thing is, we're not paying for those drinks. And if you have change for 2 royals, we're going to guess that you have a lot more than that in your pouch. In fact, we're not even going to drink those drinks. We're just going to take that money and leave. And Kavotha's like, what? And they pull out their swords and they're like, we're going to take the money. You could be civil about this and just give us the coins, and it'll sting you a bit, but it'll be better than being dead. Kavotha's like, fine. He pulls out his pouch with all the money in it, and he goes to hand it to them, and he punches one in the face! And then, this, brawl between the 3 of them, starts happening, and the chronicler is just, backing up. It's just, this practically roundhouse scene. The 2 soldiers actually get the better of him. They actually have him outside, one of them with his foot on his chest. What are you gonna do now, big man? You're under my foot. And Kavotha just starts They don't understand that he's actually laughing. And he starts mumbling something when the chronicler comes back outside and he's like, you get away from him! And the 2 soldiers are just fine. And they leave with all of the money. And then Bast comes back. Bast is like, it's colder than it would just hit in here. What's going on? Kavoth! He runs over and he's like, what happened? What happened? What are you doing? What is going on? What happened? And Kavoth is like, 2 robbers. And he's like, 2 robbers? Why couldn't you take them? And Kavoth is like, I don't know. And Bast is like, but sir, you had, took 5 demons down last night. Now you can't even take care of 2 robbers. And he's like, not the time. Bast is like, okay. And he, drags him in and he starts tending to him. And Kavoth is like, I'll be fine. There's just this tooth. And I'll be fine. Bast is like, okay. And he, conjures up this milk and honey. Put this in your mouth and hold it there until I tell you to. And so Kavoth takes a big mouthful, and Bast takes a big mouthful, and then Bast holds the bowl out for him to spit it out, and he spits it out, and it's all white and clean, and then Bast spits it out, and it's like a pink strawberry milkshake. And Kavoth is like, you fool! Why did you do that? Bast is like, I'll be fine, I can take care of this. You have a story to tell. Now, you just keep telling it. Kavoth sits down again to continue his story. And that's pretty much where this section ends. I don't know. The scene where Kavoth killed all those people was really off-putting to me because there was no indication that those people were bad before he had the opportunity to poison the food. After he had that opportunity, of course, they were horrible people. But before, I don't remember a glaring moment where Kavoth was like, oh, these aren't my people. So to have that planned already really rubbed me the wrong way. Or was it because, when the Chandrian attacked his troop, that was everyone that was ever an Edmaru? If that's the case, then I get it. But before that, I was like, because it would have made sense to me that Edmaru would have been everywhere. There would have been, different factions and everything. So I'm a little confused on that point. Well, if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you like this video specifically, go ahead and click the like button. And go ahead and leave a comment letting me know exactly what happened there, because I'm a little confused. I've been Ellie the Purple Hair Doofus. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch the Pixam Radius. And I will see you all in the next section of The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. Toodles!